Hope you can hear me. Hi. There's been a real minute since I streamed. I'm putting my leg up. Okay. No sense in fussing about. What's like camera? I'm just not focused. I wonder. Oh, it's because of this. Shit. That sucks. Okay, well, it looks focused now, so I don't know. Anyway, sorry. First time streaming. You can hear me, yay! Can you also hear the Concerning Hobbits lo-fi, Lord of the Rings lo-fi? I wonder if I need to put this like in the description or something. I actually don't know. Bare minimum, I'll like put it in the chat so that I can say that I supported the Shimmer or whatever. Okay, that's where the lo-fi is. Just in case it's a problem, I'll put it in the description after the stream. Anyway, my computer, my OBS is on my other monitor, so because my little setup right here with the camera and the microphone is literally right in the way of where the chat box is on this OBS. So anyway, hi. Just no sense in dallying. I'm gonna be painting Treebeard. Focus. I want you to focus front now. Focus front. Oh well. I'm painting Treebeard. And if I have time, I'll be doing the like riding models for Merry and Pippin. But for now, I'm gonna set these guys aside, both these little guys. I don't know where I should put them, honestly. Should have thought of this before I started streaming. I'm just gonna put them over here. I've got my like painting rig all weird on this table because I don't, normally paint here. I just can't decide where. Okay, I'm putting them over here. I have other models over here. I'm putting them over here. Okay, they're safe. Door's closed. It's not like Clary can jump in. All right. Can you tell I'm nervous? I'm like a little nervous about painting on a live stream. But anyway, let me switch over to this. Look at this fancy shit. Look at that. I'm hoping that this is gonna be okay. Like, cause I like to really get my fucking face in there when I'm painting and get really close. So I'm hoping that's not too much of an issue. But I've got my headlamp that I'm gonna put on. It makes it like kind of bright for the person monitor. You see my face. But thanks. My face might be a little obscured here in a second. But I got my headlamp that I like to wear. But the light actually points down. It's just, you're probably not gonna be able to see my eyes because of the light itself. But there's nothing like on the top here, so I can still wear my headphones. So I look insane, but here we are. Yeah, there we go. How's that look? It's really bright on the model, but I can't, it's too dark in this room for me to not use it. Okay, so kind of like a rough plan. Let me get, I think it's this dungeon gray that I like. Okay, so rough plan is I'm gonna go over with like a really, really dark base layer of this dryad bark. I'm gonna do it pretty watery. I just really want it to get in the recesses so that like all the dark areas are really, really dark. I look like I'm about to defuse a bomb. I love the headlamp. It's really made my painting experience a lot better. It's really nice. But then I'm gonna go over the. So there's kind of like this musculature almost, like that runs like in through the tree parts. You can see it on the leg really well, and like in the arm here. So I think my plan is to go over so I'm gonna do base layer with this dryad bark. Then I think that because Treebeard is ultimately like actually a fairly light colored bark int, but I want those recesses to be dark, at least as a base layer. But then on the like musculature parts, I'm gonna go with this Steel Legion drab. I think it'll look good. And then I think I'm gonna either use this Cadian Flesh or Gorther Brown. I'm gonna have to like water these down because these are like super dry in here on like the actual bark. And then as a dry brush over like most of it, I'm gonna use this Carrick Stone. I'm thinking, well, this is the color that like Games Workshop suggests for him. But yeah, and then probably go over everything with Agrax Earthshade. I have a few other colors on here. I have a lot of greens, obviously, for like leaves. He has like moss and leaves on him. So I'm thinking like the moss, I'm gonna do like a base color of this Death World Forest, and then kind of do a dry brush of Strachan green. That's what I kind of think I'm gonna do. And then for like the leaves and stuff, I'm gonna do probably Moot green and maybe this Elysian green, but like on different leaves, and then do a wash with Creed camo. That's my. Is it Creed camo? I have two green washes, and I'm blanking, not even seeing another one. Maybe I'm oh no, here it is. Athonian camo shade. Those are the two. It was right there all along. And then he's got some kind of mushrooms on him all over the place. I'm gonna use probably this Everland Sunset, and then probably Agrax Earthshade. Actually, I was thinking on a couple of them I would do this this violet wash. I think it would kind of give it a weird kind of mushroom tone. I don't know. I don't know. And then he also is really small, but there's a little snail on his beard right there. And I'm legitimately gonna Google what color a snail is because my brain is blanking right now. I got out this Bugman's Glow, because I think that might work, but we'll see. I'm worried that that'll look too much like Gary the snail, but nothing to it but to do it, I guess. So, all right, I've got my like water over here. I got a bunch of paintbrushes, and I got this one that like I'm gonna use if I'm trying to water down paint, so that I have like a clean paint to do that, or a clean water to do that. And I'm like wondering what brush I should even use for this, because it's a huge model, right? Like huge. That's definitely huge, right? So yeah, I guess we just get into it. Alright, let's see. What brush do I want to use for this? Like, it's a base layer, so I feel like snails are brownish. Yeah, I think they're more brownish too, but I think you blend in really a lot, right? So, I don't know. I kind of want them to stand out a little bit. We'll see. Because I think, so this brush is like my favorite dry brushing brush because it's like flat and square. And the bristles are pretty hard for me using them a lot. So I don't really want to use that as like my wet coverage, but I'm worried that like this is too big. I'm worried that this brush is like too big for it. I don't know. Maybe I start with this and see how it goes. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this dryad bark. And then I'm going to... Lots of colors to be fair. I think tan and brown are where I think of snails. That's totally fair. I mean, I would think that everyone has a different picture of a snail in their mind. There's also these like little, from where I glued it together with like plastic glue, the little strings that like kind of get pulled, and then when I spray paint them they become kind of solid. Trying to pick some of those out from the model itself. See, this is what I was worried about, is I'm like looking right here and it's off the camera. There's like a little string in there, you can kind of see it. I'm trying to get that out. We have the technology, use the tools. Oh, that worked really well actually. Just brushing them out, that's really nice. Because they kind of like fuck up the way the paint looks if you leave them in there. I think the lo-fi is going to be nice because when I'm like actually painting, I'm like super focused. I don't talk a ton. Oh, Walker Arms. I also love the vibes of this playlist. It's really nice lo-fi. I found it actually when I was testing streaming on this channel for YouTube. And I've really learned the benefit of having music in the background, because something that drives Bailey crazy is I pause a lot when I talk. I did it right there. I'm so bad about it. I just like my brain works faster than my mouth, but then sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate. And I just completely lose my train of thought. So, oh, also something fun that I did for this model was, because Merry and Pippin can be removed, I put magnets in there. Kind of hard to see. They're shining a little bit more than the actual model. Magnets in there so that they'll magnetize to it when it's actually done. But I'm hoping that the paint will just kind of cover it. You won't be able to see them. Because you don't have to take Merry and Pippin. And if they dismount, then... that'll be nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've done this before and it's actually worked really well, is I'm going to dip my paintbrush in the actual paint and then dip it in the water to like literally water it down. And then it kind of spreads faster and easier. Here for the painting vibe. The vibes, painting process, and sex appeal. The color commentary is just added bonus. Thank you. So in this like first base layer, I'm like not... I'm worried about coverage, but what I'm really worried about is getting in the like crevices and stuff. And I'm looking for like just getting paint on the model. I am a very like messy painter. Like I just slap paint on and hope for the best. And not to toot my own horn, but I'm a pretty good painter, at least I like to think so. And this method has kind of worked for me. Like, I'm getting shit all over the base, but I know that I'm going to cover the base with flock anyway, so like, what does it matter? You know what I mean? So I got it a little too watery this second time. So now I'm just kind of trying to like spread what I've already done a little more, since I've got the extra bit to work with. None of my paints look like I'm a messy painter, so yeah, that works for me. I am happy with that. Also pretty quick. Yeah, thank you. I do also pride myself on being a fairly fast painter. So any of those that are curious, anybody watching now or later, because this is just going to post directly to our YouTube, we're currently doing our little community. I would say little, but it's growing a lot. We're doing a slow grow league right now, and in the league, there's raffle tickets for the end, right? So you earn raffle tickets in a lot of different ways, right? So one of the ways that you earn them is, I'm starting to get up to some of the leaves. I'm not really trying to get the leaves like brown, but honestly it's okay. Like, I really don't care that much if I get them brown. Yeah, this is coming out pretty dark, but it's gonna lighten up a lot by the end of this. So the league, there's various ways to earn tickets, right? So one of the ways is you play games. That's kind of the whole point of the league. Play games and earn tickets. So for the first 2 games that you play at all, you get a ticket for each game. And then for the you also get a ticket if you win a game at any point within 2 weeks. So the whole thing is lasting. It started like, I don't know, Ian, what would you say, like a month ago, maybe? A little more, maybe a little less. Because we've been through 2 sets now. So the hi Renee, thank you. I'm feeling pretty good about it so far. We'll see how it turns out in the end. So we started September 19th, according to Ian, and he's the one running it, so I trust him. But every 2 weeks, the games go up in point values. I guess I should say, if you've never played Middle-earth and you're interested, you have models. So like I have Treebeard. He's worth a certain number of points, right? So Treebeard is a pretty good model in the game, right? Like, he's a very iconic character. For painting, September 19th started the painting, and then October 2nd was the actual thing. Sorry, I'm getting lost in my own thoughts again. So the game itself is played like a battle, right? And every model is worth different points. Treebeard is worth a lot of points because he's a pretty big, powerful hero in the game. There's normal warrior models and there's hero models, right? Like Treebeard is a hero, regular ints are warriors. There's like Theoden, who's a hero, and then Warriors of Rohan, who are just warriors, right? Makes sense. So each model has a point value, and you make an army based off those point values. So like, let's say you and your friend were going to play a 300 point game. So Theoden is like 100, 125-ish points, I think. I'm blanking off the top of my head, but he's around that. And then so you bring Theoden, and then you bring other Warriors of Rohan, which are like 9 points each, right? So you build your army. this slow grow league that we're doing right now, the first set of 2 weeks, you start off at 300 points. So everyone who's playing for the league builds their 300 point list, and you can change armies throughout it. You do not have to play the same thing every time, right? So you play your games. If you play 2, you get 2 tickets. If you win 1, you get a 3rd ticket, right? So encouraging people to keep playing. So Treebeard is if you take Merry and Pippin on him, is 200 points, which is pretty good for the league. In the league, you can earn raffle tickets for painting up models that you haven't started painting, right? So it doesn't matter if they were primed already, because when you're getting models, you want to like prime them with spray paint first, right? Like usually a matte spray paint, so that it doesn't mess with the model too much. But this is helping me in the league, sort of, kind of. So, as previously stated, I'm a decently fast painter. I have the cap for, you get a ticket for painting for every 200 points that you paint up to 800 points, right? So I'm recording this on October 28th. The painting for the league started September 19th, and I have painted over 2,000 points worth of models. To be fair, some of those models are very high point value for singular models. Like models that you can play with are the Necromancer from like the Hobbit movies, who's Sauron in disguise. And I met the painting raffle cap like way before. Actually, I think there was another person. Ian, correct me if I'm wrong. There's another person in the league who was like on par with me. I don't know if they still are, but for like number of things painted. Yeah, this is coming out really dark, but I'm thinking I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to lighten this up a lot. Great things about painting models is if you really, 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 really hate it, you can strip them and paint them again. I've actually never stripped a model, now that I'm saying that out loud. It's not me trying to be cocky. That's just, there are models that I feel like I could strip and do again, especially ones that I did like in the beginning of my gaming career. But I've never actually stripped a model. Maybe I will. I feel like it'd be easier to strip metal models than it would to strip like the plastic ones. But what do I know? Let me get a beard in there. Oop, yeah, that was definitely too much water. Okay, spread this out a lot. Oh, see, and this is another reason why like big brushes aren't great. It's like it's hard to get in some of these crevices. Let me grab some more paint. So yeah, forgive me if I go long periods without talking, but it's been a minute since I streamed anyway, so I'm a little out of practice. With this base coat, I'm really, like I said before, I'm really just trying to get like good coverage. I'm trying to get over all the tree bits. There's obviously the rock and the leaves and stuff, but I'm just trying to get some color on the majority of the model. I'm not really caring if I get brown on the... Ugh, did you get... Oh, it's Gollum in the back. I was like, what the fuck? I'm not really caring if I get paint like on the rock. I am not being careful right now. Like, I don't really care. I'm not painting the whole rock brown, but if I get some on the rock, it's really not the end of the world. Because I'm gonna go over the rock with gray. You need an update from both of us. I can give you my update here in a second. Because I've been keeping track on my phone of everything I've painted. But after today, we'll be adding another 200 points to it. Just because of how many points Treebeard is. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I get in all the like nooks and crannies. And like sometimes I have to look at weird angles to like get down in there, because I'm painting like his palm right now, but I'm holding him upside down and getting in there. And see, like, if you gotta like look at all angles, because like there's a part in this little like, crevice here that I didn't see or get, because our human eyes don't work that way. It's done. I didn't listen to this lo-fi all the way through before, like the first time. So I in the little like stream info I put like first real stream, because I did a little tester and then I set it to private not too long ago, because I just wanted to make sure that it was set up and everything looked and sounded fine. Yeah, Gollum jump scare, for real. It's everyone painting right now. I'm working on Pippin to complete the core 4 hobbits for the Fellowship. Look at this. What your bomb diffuser, I see. Yeah, I know I'm looking pretty whack right now, but it works, man. I can't recommend it enough, because my problem with painting was that, like, I just couldn't see, like, what I was looking at with the model, right? And so if my forehead and my eyes are the light, then I'm definitely gonna be able to see what I'm looking at. I'm hoping that I'm keeping him relatively in camera. I know that I'm going off camera a little bit, and so yeah, I'm painting Treebeard right now, and the main reason I'm actually painting him right now, other than the general desire to have him painted, is doing a tournament on, not today obviously, but in a week from today, on Saturday. And I want him painted. So Treebeard and the Ents, in general, I should say, in general, aren't a particularly competitive army. Like, if you take this to competitive stuff, you're probably not gonna win. The headlamp also leaves a giant indent. Oh yeah, it does leave an indent on my forehead. It's really funny. It's really funny looking. But I'm taking Treebeard to this tournament because there's not many tournaments left in the year. I don't really care about the Southern League points, because we didn't get back into this hobby until earlier this year. I'm super glad we did, because it is a lot of fun playing this game. But I should say, even though the league started in October, if you're watching this anytime in 2023, you're in the Atlanta area, and you're interested in playing, the league goes until like just before December, or like literally right into December. You're more than welcome to join. Hey, Spuddles, how we doing, buddy? Painting the tree man. Looking real angry right now. Not me, the Treebeard, the tree man. Tree man. Alright, so I've done like a pretty watery coat over the whole thing. Now I'm going to try to, in like the areas that I definitely really want this paint to be showing up, I'm starting to do like no water and just paint, so that it for sure gets on the spots that I'm wanting it to be. It's still got his horn that's not really covered, and some branches. A model like this is like really intricate. It's one of the newer Games Workshop models. You think I got a nice stick? Thanks, brother. Beginning Warriors of Ministerial, very nice. Yeah, you got the battle host, right? But yeah, my point is it's not never too late to earn raffles. Join the league, come have some fun. I'm not gonna say where I live in Georgia, but the place, there's two places that we generally meet at. It's Gigabytes in Marietta. They host a lot of, Warhammer, D&D, Middle Earth. Middle Earth has really been taken by storm now. They got plenty of tables, and then also a place called Level Up over in Duluth. Those are the two places we generally play. Hi, Cody. Just ordered your army of Thror. Ooh. Dwarves are fun. Kind of slow, but can't say they're not fun. Can't say they're not fun. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to being done with this base layer. It's really dark. It's really dark, but I'm thinking we're going to be able to come back from it. I don't think it's bad. Let me get that out there. I don't think it's bad where it's at. Because I wanted the recesses to be really dark, right? But Treebeard is a lighter wood colored int, so who needs speed with bulk throwing axes and yeah, D7, D8, that's scary. I mean, you're rolling 6 by something for most armies to hit that. Okay, make sure I got like all this down here. Looking at all the angles. There's some spots I missed in here. Some of this can get covered with green just for the ambiguity of leaves. I mean, there's literal leaves on the model, but I can lie about some of the things. There was an int list with Saruman that just came in second at the Australian Masters. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant when I was saying, like, generally not competitive, especially by themselves. But if you're good enough and you kind of crack the code, like with Sorcerer's Blast and Hurls, like you said, it gets pretty spicy. I think personally, I think that the ints, I think the one thing that the ints need is somehow the ability to have a banner. That's the only thing that I think they really need. Obviously, I mean, you're working with limited numbers, right? Like, that's just a detriment you're going with when you decide to play ints, right? Nothing you can really do with that. But for the purposes of, like, utility in the game, I think a banner would make them a little more competitive, because when you get surrounded, your opponent is rolling 13 dice against your 3, like, and if you don't roll a 6, that's it, man. Like, you're screwed, right? But I heard someone on a YouTube channel, I think it was Last Alliance of Noobs and Men, someone was playing ints, and they were like, even if you were able to, like, have an ability with Treebeard's, like, will, and, like, he could expend will to be a banner for that turn or something like that, I think that'd be cool. Because there's will, if you haven't played the game, is generally used to avoid getting hit with magic, right? So the trees have an ability where, like, if it's their army bonus, so if you're, like, just taking ints, then they can't be moved with magical abilities. So you're not really, like, you can tank a hit probably with some of the magic, and even if you can't, you have 3 wounds. But Treebeard has, like, 6 will, so plus armor thrower, so much bang for your buck. Yeah, true, very true. Yeah, Smaug did play super high, and Kylie playing Bjornings. I mean, Kylie is correct. She's too good at this game. So I think the banner is less useful with so few models, and having to spread them out, unless it's like a 12-inch banner, and just give them +1 attack as an army bonus. Maybe. Yeah, they do. It does help pass courage tests, but trees are, like, base courage 6 or 7, so there's not a ton of courage tests that you're failing. Let's get some Hurons in with the ints at lower costs, so the ints can be played with more numbers. Yeah, I don't know what Hurons are. I don't know what Hurons are. I'm a fake fan. If they're the same thing as intings, then I completely agree with you, because I think it'd be cool if you could bring intings to a game. I think we're almost done with this base layer. I'm just really trying to look in all the crooks and nannies. Yeah, see, there's just a couple of twigs that I've missed. I'm gonna, like, go back over this with another color and dry brushing anyway, so I'm probably gonna hit those with that, but, you know. They're like a tree that uproots and moves around without being anthropomorphic. Oh. Oh, wait. No, I have heard of those. Still a fake fan. I'm still a fake fan. Okay. Looking pretty good. I just keep seeing spots. I keep seeing little areas that I missed. And it's a big model, so like some of it maybe could slide under the radar, but I'm not about that. I just saw something. Oh, did I? Oh, I think my light tricked me. It's fine. It's fine. Feels kind of fun to stream again. I haven't streamed in a while. I have been wanting to get back to it. But I'm going to use Friend and Ally for other streams. I think we're going to try to stream like battle reports at some point. I think that would be really fun. And with them being automatically uploaded to YouTube, it's kind of hard to argue that. Alright, so this is feeling like a pretty good base. Like this is, oh shit, it's not in the camera. It's feeling like a pretty good base. Dark but doable. Okay, so while I think the throw stone should also knock down. Yeah, that could do something. Live battle reports are for sure coming. Yeah, sweet. So while the like general brown here is drying, I'm gonna go over the rock with like a smaller paintbrush so that I can get in the nooks and crannies of it. Gotta clean my brush. So you just got in your army of Thrower. Have you like assembled it or based them at all? Yeah, maybe hit like a trebuchet, because they're supposed to be fucking huge rocks, right? Like even if it was like the target got hit with like a strength 10, because that's what it is, or and then like the models behind or around got hit with like a strength 4 or something, right? Like like not likely, but then they're prone or something. That would be cool. Because also I learned kind of recently that if you move at all, you can't throw stones. So it would be kind of nice if you could just, if it had something like a more incentive. Like you can't even like snipe a hero. Like you could hit a hero, but you can't kill them most likely. Oh, it's on its way. Sorry, I misread that. I'm gonna use this Dungeon Gray for the rock. It's never really done me wrong with rocks before. But it's in this little tube, so I'm literally just gonna get a little bit. Oh my gosh. No, don't tell me I'm out. No shot. Okay, no. Alright, don't need a ton. Just enough to cover the rock. I think this is probably a good sized paintbrush. Dugato 2 round, if anyone's curious. I know some people, like, when I'm watching paint videos, they talk about what color, or like what size the paintbrush actually is, and I'm not usually that fancy. I'm like, does that shape work? That works for me. Alright, so we're starting to get into where I gotta actually kind of be careful. So I said before, I'm generally a messy painter, right? That's true. What I mean by that is mostly that, like, if I don't sweat the small stuff. Like, if I'm going over something that I know I'm going to go over later, I don't really care if I get it on the other layer because I'm gonna go over it again later. Totally fine. You can also make throw stones like King of the Dead where an unsaved wound would... Oh! Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Especially because they're supposed to be like big ass stones, so that'd be kind of cool. Be kind of powerful. It would really incentivize you to potentially stay still with ints, which, if you're playing an objective scenario, not likely to happen because you already have so few models that you really just need to use your little mobility. I think in the right hands... Oh, let's see if I can do this. Oh god, that making me nervous. Okay, I did it. I was trying to get through to like the stone through the legs. In the right hands, ints are a good army. Like, you know, they tried to spread the points fairly when they were making all the armies so that things were relatively good against each other at the correct point values. And then they made the Hobbit books and everything went out the fucking window. Because fuck Thranduil for being able to add attacks for every additional model that he's in combat with. Actually, a lot of armies got broken since they started making the Hobbit armies. Like, or at least since they started making them at all. Like, the Defense of the North book is wild. I play Easterlings, I play the Dragon Emperor, and I won a tournament with the Dragon Emperor, and I can't really say with full certainty that it was me or if it was the Dragon Emperor that won that tournament. But they tried to make them relatively fair at first. I'm going to have to use a smaller brush for some of these areas because they're just between some sprawling branches. You can get into some of these crevices, but definitely not all of them. I know that the lighting is a little shit, but is it okay? Does it work at all? Balrog versus trees. We did do that. That was a fun time. The ints being able to not be moved by an ability is such key phrasing when it comes to playing against the Balrog because of the whip. Fiery Lash. I feel like even though that feels a little OP, it would be fair to have one int like just having freeboard. Considering you only have to run 6 ints at high point value games, yeah. There was one other Dragon Emperor in the list tournament. They placed 8th out of 21. So, well, thanks. I'm not saying that I don't feel good about that win. I do. I really do. But you know, rules are rules. Treebeard, yeah, autocorrect. I figured that was an autocorrect thing, but I wasn't 100% sure. I thought that maybe I was just a noob again and I didn't know what you were talking about. I don't know. I think, like, say you're running Treebeard and 2 regular ints, right? The other ints don't have might. So you're allowed to expend one will, and then board wide, your ints have a banner. Like, you can phrase it like, if they have the keyword int, they can reroll one dice during the combat phase, or however you want to like say it. You're still only getting 3 rerolls for a will point, and it's a reroll per combat. It's not like you can reroll your entire roll, right? And 2 of those you're not even going to be able to mess with might. So I feel like that's like decently fair, right? Because you may roll a 6 and you'll have wasted Treebeard's will, but you know, Freebeard is Treebeard's drunk cousin who dresses as ZZ Top. Yes, that is so true. I don't know why I put these over here. Alright. Okay, so like, there's definitely still some wet parts, but like most of the surface is pretty dry. There's a few twigs and stuff that aren't dry. And some of the like underlayers there. Yeah, I was gonna start doing like the musculature, but some of the underlayers are just not quite dry yet. Let's see. I'm just gonna, hold on. Let me, I'm going over to the Lotro website, not Lotro website. The OBS scene is called Lotro, but see, he's like a pretty light color, right? So I'm thinking that we'll be able to pull out the colors, like make it brighter with the dry brush. I think it's gonna work out. Anyway, there we go. Driftwood. Alright, I could probably start the musculature, like down here where it's dry. So I'm going to use Steel Legion Drab for the musculature. I'm going to use this brush maybe? Yeah, that feels pretty good. 5/0 is what this one is. Very tiny. And like I said, if I hate it, I can just either go over it again, or I can strip the whole thing. Um, probably gonna post pictures of this model on my Instagram and definitely in Discord. If you're new here, feel free to join our Discord. We always post updates about like the things we're painting, talk about rules, talk about just various things. Trying to build a pretty good community, though it's not hard. Our the Middle Earth strategy battle game community is pretty welcoming anyway. Everyone's super nice. Always down to play games and have a good time. You can't ask for much more in a community, especially one that is so game centric. You know, you want people to be willing to let new people in and try it out. When the last community night, we have community nights every Wednesday or every other Wednesday, and at either Level Up or Game Gigabytes. The last one that we had, there was a ton of people there. Probably the most boards we've ever had going at the same time, other than tournaments. And there were like 3 or 4 new people there hanging out, and they ended up playing the game. Super fun. Just posted your Fellowship Hobbits in the Discord. So happy to finally have them done. Yeah, they look super good. Ian, would you be okay with me showing them on stream? Figure I should ask before doing it. Some musculature like in here. I'm gonna go over this with a dry brush anyway, so I don't really care that I'm getting it on excess pieces. Really holding this guy at all kinds of angles, so sorry if they're not great for the camera. See, mainly at Level Up. Yeah, that's fair. They're kind of a drive, like they're both kind of a drive for a lot of people. I know I'm about an hour away from the store that I choose to go to. Just being careful because the internet is weird. People on the internet are weird. But, you know, whatever store you can get to, whatever games you can play, it's a great time. Oh, but I was saying, I really like this community. I really do. Ian, I'm going to show your models in just a second. I want to finish this stuff on the legs. I may even dry brush over this with the Karak stone, which I'm going to do for the majority of the model. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I will just to like help blend it in. I never have too much of a plan. I have a general idea of what I'm gonna do, but I never fully know. And sometimes things just strike you in the moment. You're like, you know what? That would probably look cool. And so you do it. Move that over a little bit so I can get this in the camera. Sam is such a sweetheart. Sammy Sweetheart. Isn't that what they call the girl from Jersey Shore? Is her name Sammy Sweetheart? What's the Discord link? There should be one if you go to our YouTube homepage. But let me just get one. I have a Stream Deck, and so I need to actually customize it, so that I can just have it be like I can just press it and be like, boop, that's the Discord. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. It is Sammy Sweetheart. Sick. Okay. The invite on Linktree is expired. This one should be good. Do that to save some battery. Did that go through? Did that comment go through? What the hell? There's just that much of a delay? Because I posted it to like YouTube. I'm like still learning what YouTube thinks is chill. Okay, yeah, so it just didn't want to... I wonder if... Huh. I'm gonna go to like our... Shit. Couldn't think of the word. YouTube Studio, that's what it's called. Let's look. Analytics, stream health. Yeah, I don't see anything about posts and links. Super weird. Wonder if I could just put it in the description. Alright, I put a Discord link in the description, so if you want to join there, that's great. Just updated the link in Linktree. Oh, well, there you go. Sorry. Yeah, but let's have a look at your hobbits. Hold on. Look at them. Hell yeah, brother. They look so good. Close up of Pippin. looking good. Mary's looking really good. Hell yeah, they got the stones, brother. Close up of Frodo. Very nice, clutching the ring. And we got our boy Sam. Hell yeah. The frying pan is so good. So funny. The reason I wanted this Treebeard model is because it actually has the foot models for Merry and Pippin. The original release did not. I painted those up. They're in the other room, or I would show them. But alright, so it's very stark contrast, but I think it'll be toned down a little bit when we actually start putting in the lighter colors on the bark. I haven't talked this like long and consistent in a while. I've been streaming for an hour. Nice. They do look great, Ian. I really like them. Yeah, links might be disabled for chat, so I guess that's something to look at, but it doesn't really matter. I put it in the description. When I went to go, Ian, there's a way on Discord to make links permanent, but I tried to do that and it said like you can't because of the kind of Discord that it is, and I don't know what that means. So we might want to look into that just so that we don't have to keep changing the Discord link every time. But if it's not worth it, then it's not worth it. Like if it's like to be able to share your Discord link permanently, you have to sacrifice a viewer, then I don't think that's worth it unless we have a volunteer. But something to consider. Alright, so now we're starting to work on the musculature in the arms. It's kind of in his like elbows, like the back of his elbow, and then like the crease of his elbow. But he's doing small miniatures. Yeah, they do. They do have an issue with BDSM discords. That's specifically what's wrong. Oh, got some more musculature up here. It's looking good. Treebeard is a strong man. Well, not a man, but you get it. Pretty sure the YouTube video that I put on is 2 hours. So I'll have to be mindful of that. I thought that this paint job would probably take me 2 hours, maybe a little more. Has to be a community server. Yeah, that's what it said. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Maybe it means that like it has to be like publicly available. Oh, thanks for Ian. Thanks for posting the stream in the other Discord. Thank you for doing that. I was scared because it's been so long since I've streamed. I was nervous about it, but I do appreciate you doing it because it's something that I wanted done but did not feel bold enough to do myself. So I appreciate you, friend. I really do. But I'm feeling pretty good. I do enjoy streaming once it's going. I tell Bailey every single time before I start streaming, I'm like, I'm just so fucking nervous. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just get really nervous to stream. I don't know what it is. Because, like, I'm not gonna say anything stupid, like I know that. I'm not gonna Really make an embarrassment of myself? That's ally to you. Oh, you've been advertising all over the place. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. No, that is ally. You are ally in this partnership. And you are an ally. Actually, I don't know if I'm singing in time because sometimes there's a delay with the music and my singing. I've learned that before. Under server settings, there should be an enable community option with a get started walkthrough. Okay. Good to know. Thank you, Cody. Bum, bum, bum. See, there I go again. I'm just singing. I can't help it. I'm just so talented. Also, if you're hanging out, I make bad jokes all the time. So get ready for that. I just heard Bailey laugh, so I know I'm doing something right. I feel like there's still some musculature I'm missing. I'm also trying to get like the tops of like the stump things here. I feel like that's gonna add some fun color in there. Some fun little pops. Some fun little pops of color. Bad jokes are the best. I really appreciate you. And that's why you fit into this community, Renee. That's why we're doing so great. Not 100% sure about this, but we're doing it. Just fucking sending it. Oh, I hit the camera. My bad. Just fucking sending it, bro. Oh, there it is. I was like, I know there's like a little stumpy bit on the back of one of his legs. It's back here. Alright. I think that's most of the musculature. I feel like I'm pondering the orb. I think that's coming through. I mean, it's definitely coming through because it is a starkly different color right now. But not bad. Not bad, just is. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. So Dryad Bark's really dark. I'm thinking the next tone up is maybe this catechin flesh shade. So I'm thinking maybe I come in with that. This one is very dried out though, is part of the problem. So I'm wondering if I can take this and kind of dry brush some of the areas, like some of the bark areas, to start bringing it up, and then really go at it with the Karak stone. I'm really glad that you like it, Renee, because you kind of were like primed for it though. Like you already liked miniatures and you already love Lord of the Rings, so it's not a hard sell. But thank you, looking great, thank you. I'm feeling good about it. Okay. So we're gonna try. That's all we can do, right? That's all we can do is try. There is no try, there is only do or something. Oh my god, this is so dried out. Oh my god, I don't think I can even use this. Like, see, like it's like scraping up. Like there's that is the bottom of the tin in there. You can see through it. Oh man, I mean, I got my use out of this paint. Like it was there was not much left in here. I'm wondering if I can get any bit out. Yeah, there's a little bit coming off. Yeah, that's going a little bit. Actually, kind of helping with the dry brushing, honestly. So I'm just kind of aggressively dry brushing this right now. Really just pulling out the layers. It's kind of hard to see with my jank lighting, but you know what? I can see, and that's what matters to me. Yeah, I think that's working. Okay, we're gonna push through. We're gonna try our damnedest, and then I'm gonna throw away this bottle, or pot, as some people like to say. It's definitely doing something, right? It's definitely making it look more layered, and that's what we're going for. Is, you know, layers of wood. Oh, careful with his arm, Ben. What the fuck, bro? I am being a little rough, but I don't know, dry brushing is... It is what it is. I don't fucking know. Don't come to me if you want the most cohesive, detailed painting instructions. Come to me if you want painting vibes. Because I am much more about having a good time. I can be really aggressive with this model. It's not budging at all. This is fucking sick. Violent painting. Yep, that's what I'm doing. That's what we're all here for. You thought this was going to be a good Treebeard tutorial, and I fooled you with the first hour, but actually this is just chaos. This does make me feel better about it being transferred in the car, though. Okay. This, officially trash. That landed in the chair behind me. It's trying to just throw it fucking across the room. It just went up and behind me. That is the army bonus, that you can't move it. That's so true. So true. I got paper towels for actual dry brushing purposes, for paints that aren't fucking solid in the pot. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this Gorther Brown. It's not like, it's definitely not, you know, the best, but oh my god, no, it's like almost exactly like that. Just there's more of it. Oh god. No, this is good. This is good. Okay. Oh yeah. Now we're really starting to see some dry brushing going on. Let's go! Yeah, it's starting to take shape, right? If you look at both legs. Maybe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Dry brushing changed my life when it came. These paints are just old, babe. Like they're paints that I got when I very first started this hobby, so years ago, pre-hiatus. So they're just old. Like they just do this. If they sit for long enough. But it's not gonna happen with like my loved the Saruman there. Saruman. Your mom is gonna watch The Nun too. Do you think she'll like it? I'm 50-50. If she pays attention, she'll like it. I think that she'll like it. So, if your brother can leave her alone for fucking 2 hours. No, because The Nun 2 is really good. Like, The Nun 2, it's not, in my opinion, as good as the first Nun movie. First Nun movie, so fucking good. What scary movie do you want to watch tonight? Well, the next one. So Bailey and I are watching the Conjuring universe movies, and we started it in a way. So the order that they happen is The Nun 1, Annabelle Creation, The Nun 2, first Annabelle movie. Then I don't remember. Then it eventually gets into The Conjurings, and Annabelle Comes Home is in there at some point. But the next one in our list is the first Annabelle. That's the next one. I think personally that like The Nun 3 is going to be in between those whenever it actually happens. But I don't think that's going to be for a while because The Nun 2 literally dropped yesterday. But we planned it in such a way to where we watched the first Nun movie, Annabelle Creation, and then last night, so we started it like 2 or 3 nights ago. And so last night when The Nun 2 dropped, we watched it. And it was like just in order. It was just in time. It was perfect. It was so fun. The Nun 2 was really good. I don't think that it was as good as the first Nun. But I think that it was more of a setup movie. I think that it was a setup for The Nun 3. That's what I think. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. Oh yeah, this is really starting to come together. So I think I'm actually going to leave his beard like this. Like I'm not going to go with maybe like in the mustache and in like the edges I'll do the Karak stone, but I think I kind of just like the beard like this. Like with this Dryad bone and the Gorthor brown over it. I kind of like how this is looking. What is Anthony being for Halloween? I don't think I know. Call me a bad brother-in-law, but I don't think I know what he's planning on being this year. Last year, so Bailey's parents go really ham for Halloween. Like their yard is crazy looking. Tons of decorations, right? And Anthony wore like a full cloak and like had like crutches and stuff, so his arms looked weirdly long, and he was like crawling around with those. Very cool. Very exciting. But the I don't know what he's gonna be this year. Gonna be an angsty teen is what he's gonna be. But isn't he going with his friends? Damn, you are sharing it everywhere. I pulled it up on my phone. Twitch limits your like viewing capability to 3 devices per like IP address. So like you can't just like spam yourself and bot yourself essentially. And the but I don't know what YouTube is. I don't know if they have any restrictions like that. So Bailey's watching. I have it pulled up on my computer, and I have now pulled it up on my phone. When I was streaming on Twitch, and I'm probably gonna go back to streaming on Twitch. This is really fun. I'm really enjoying myself. Bailey, don't let me forget that I'm enjoying myself when I'm being nervous about streaming next time. But the Anthony is just wearing a ghillie suit and a mask, and I think he'll do the thing with the crutches again. Yeah, he does like scaring people. He's going with friends, but he'll be back at the house eventually. Yeah, he'll probably. This is like, I mean, this is his first teenage Halloween. So, it's fun that he's going with his friends. Oh man, see, fucking, see, this is what I mean. I like clutch the model and then it's off camera. I'm trying my best, I swear, I'm sorry. I appreciate you being here. But anyway, what I was saying was, I saw someone who was like a relatively famous Twitch streamer. He's like, when you're starting out, if you don't have at least 3 people watching you, you're doing early streaming wrong. Unless, like, if you're wanting to get relatively big. Because Twitch advertises your stream by how many viewers there are. Well, there's filters and stuff, but by default, it's by how many viewers. So if you have 0 viewers, then you're going to be at the bottom of the list. But you can have up to 3 per your IP address. So you just pull it up on Chrome, pull it up on Firefox, and pull it up on your phone. And boom, you have 3 people watching you. And then you're more advertised. And then more people click on your videos because you're higher in the advertising. That was a lesson I learned later in streaming. And then I started doing it, and I'm pretty sure my numbers went up after that, so really ought to get back to it because I liked it. Maybe I'll start streaming Kingdom Hearts because I'm doing a playthrough right now of like the hardest difficulty on Kingdom Hearts. That could be fun. That's actually what ended my streaming before, because for those of you who don't know, my PlayStation died while I was doing that. That's actually kind of what killed my motivation with streaming. Was I was doing a critical mode playthrough of all the Kingdom Hearts games, which I haven't really done before. I finished Kingdom Hearts 1, and then I started playing 2, and then at some point my PlayStation crashed and just died. And then I had to send it off to PlayStation. It wasn't under warranty anymore, so they were like, yeah, there's not really anything we can do, buddy, but we'll send you a refurbished one. I was like, well, what about my save data? And so they were like, no, you won't have any of that, actually. So, sorry. You know, it is what it is, I guess, but it did suck, and it really ruined my motivation for that. And then it was trickle effect. Sorry that I'm spewing about mental health right now, but I do think that it's a positive place to talk about it. At least that's, you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm not bad. I'm not sorry that I'm talking about mental health, because I always want to have a positive space for people to feel comfortable and talk about the things that they want to talk about. And if I don't feel that way, I really can't call myself the friend of this channel. I really just can't. Positive vibes. So, my nephew, unnamed because the internet is weird, the other night we were sitting outside yesterday, and the moon was out. It was really pretty. It was full moon. There weren't too many clouds, and he looked up at the moon and he goes, "Oh my god, it's Fortnite vibes. This is literally Fortnite vibes." That fucking kid, he kills me, man. He's so fucking funny. And he just repeated that over and over again. This is literally Fortnite vibes. Big friend energy. We love a supportive space. Yeah, this will always be a supportive space as long as I'm a part of it, and I plan to be a part of it forever. Oh, you can see all the paint on my hands. Yeah, I get disgusting when I'm painting, but it's a hazard of my chaotic style. So this is looking pretty good. I'm really liking how this is turning out so far. So the Gorther Brown gave me a pretty good kind of like bark, and it gave me nice tones. So now I'm gonna go with the Karak Stone in some of the areas, kind of make it even lighter. And I think it's gonna look really nice. And then I'm gonna, after I do the Karak Stone, I'm gonna start going in on more of the details, like the like moss and the snail and the leaves. All right, Karak Stone. I've never used this color before, and this one is definitely brand new, so it's like as liquidy as it's supposed to be, because it's a layer color, so it's a little more viscous than like a base layer. So I'm gonna grab some, wipe it on my paper towel, and then just start dry brushing. Yeah, and going over the musculature is helping, like, kind of bring it together. I'm gonna move my paper towel to right here so that I don't have to stretch so far. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. This video is repeating songs, but I like it. I like all the songs that it has, so. So after we do this Karak Stone, we're actually going to do a wash. We're going to do the Agrax Earthshade over it. And then depending on how kind of dark that makes it, we will go back over with just a little bit like on the high parts with Karak Stone so that it pops. Because we want to tone it down just slightly, but we want the highlights to still look like highlights. But I think that's looking really good so far. I am really glad that I had that dryad bark at the base, because if I had done anything lighter, I think it would have just come out too light of a model. We'll see when it's all said and done and we got the shade on and everything, because it could still come out really dark. But so far, just on the legs, I'm really liking how it looks. So I'm not really caring if I get this Karak Stone on the rock itself, because I think the Karak Stone is actually a decent highlight on the stone too. So like, it's not really weirding me out or anything. I don't know why I would say it that way. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Getting his nose a little bit. Getting his face to pop. Yeah, we're just gonna get just the highest of highlights on the beard. It's like just the front here. The sides a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Literally Fortnite vibes. So fucking funny. Sometimes when you're painting a model, it's really good, especially I've learned as I've had this light, it's especially good sometimes to like turn the light off and look with just the natural light of the room, because that's what it's going to be exposed to the majority of the time. The model's not always going to be exposed to this kind of light, so you want to see like how it's looking just as it would on the table, you know? That way you don't overdo it. I think it's looking pretty good. A little light, a little lighter than I meant for it to be, but I think we'll be able to work that down with the shade. What started to happen was my my dry brush got, you know, wet because it been using a lot of paint on it, so it looks good. I'm not saying that. I'm nitpicky. I'm very nitpicky when it comes to my own models, but see, that's exactly what I worried about. Painting on stream. Just getting off the camera. Okay, so now we're going to use Agrak's Earthshade on it. For the moment, I'm done dry brushing, so I'm actually going to wash this out. There's little like ridges in this little paint tray, so it helps to clean the brush really well. Okay, and then I'm going to let that sit over here and dry out a little bit. I have another brush that I can use for dry brushing. Whoa, but you know, That's the way it is. It's nice outside, ×4. I'm really curious as to what the ×4 means, but I'm with it. I'm about it. Ooh. Ooh, can y'all hear that? My neck popped really good. Whew. It's looking pretty good. The face is starting to pop more. You can start seeing more of the details in it, which is nice. This is what we're looking for. I'm just taking a minute to sit here. Okay. So the brush that I used to kind of get this going is actually the brush I usually use for shading, or my shades, I guess is a better way to say it. And Agarth's Earth Shade, I'm actually running out. I'm gonna, well, I have maybe like a 4th left. These are bigger bottles, so it's not that bad. But we'll, something that I learned pretty early on is like, if you're feeling like you don't like how your model is looking, just wait until you get a shade on it to decide how you feel about it. Like either Null Oil or Agrax Earth Shade or the Reckling Flesh Shade. Wait until you get a shade on and then decide how you feel about it. Because shades really help. They blend out your colors so they're not as like starkly different next to each other. You don't want to overshade like I have accidentally done on the arm, so I'm going to try to pull some of this with my brush. But shading, you will be amazed at what it will do for your model. It really helps strengthen and deepen the recesses, and it also helps blend the colors. Shades and highlights really make a world of difference. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. Like I said, you don't want too much. I'm also thinking of using Reckling Flesh Shade on the little muscular bits, because I think that it might give them, I'm hoping that it'll give them kind of like a little red hue, but keeping the brown under there. I think it would look really cool. So I'm going to try that when I'm done with the Agrax Earth Shade. You guys hear Maple, my dog? Someone might have the audacity to walk in our neighborhood. How dare they do that? How dare they walk around in front of my house? Yeah, see, this brought the Karak stone like way down. And so I'm probably going to go over just some of the highest bits with it. Just kind of bring out those highlights a little more after I'm finished with this. But so we'll get there. Can't forget to get like under these roots. Damn, there really is someone outside. It's okay though. She's protective. She's not mean. If someone actually got inside, she's like so chill. Actually, that's not entirely true. There's certain people, actually most people. Okay, so we've kind of figured like if Bailey and I approve of the person and they smell like a dog. Like if they own a dog, then she's totally chill about them. But if they don't own a dog, I think she can smell it. And even if we're like, look, this person's great, stop, we love them, She doesn't give a shit. She's like, nope, that person doesn't smell right. So in that way, she's a little bit of an asshole, but you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, try our best is what we're gonna do. Ooh, that's way too much. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, that's a fun tone. I liked that. Tone was the wrong word. Come on, Ben, you did band for so long. Check Discord. Okay. Sorry. I'm a little focused. Oh. Bailey's getting my Oh Charlie's order. We talked about it earlier today. And I don't know what I want, actually. I don't know if I want a steak or if I want their chicken fingers, because their chicken fingers are what we talked about earlier today. And that sounds super good. Ermagerd. Super good. Yeah, give me chicken tenders and fries, maybe Caesar salad. Sounds really good. Give you a little thumbs up. Because there's definitely a delay between. I just typed that with one hand. Hell yeah, brother. Anyway. I'm actually going to put this Agrex Earthshade on the... No, I'm not. I'm not going to put it on the stone. I decided mid-sentence that I'm not going to put it on the stone. No, I don't want steak and chicken tenders. Thank you. Thank you, though, baby. Forgot to get the back of the beard with the Agrex. I didn't realize how good I was at typing with one hand. Anyway, sorry about that. Let that dry for a minute. It's looking pretty good. We definitely need to let the Agrax Earthshade dry. I'm gonna try to pull some of this out because it's a little too much. So if you do too much shading, you can you take like a dry brush and just kind of go over it, and it pulls it out really nicely. Because it, you know, it sucks it up like it would be if you were pulling it to paint. It's just you're pulling it to take it off. Just a little too dark in these areas. And again, I have this headlight on, and the headlight really exaggerates both light and dark. So it probably looks pretty fine, but I said it before, I'll say it again. I am pretty nitpicky. That being said, I still forgot the back of the beard. I forgot it fucking again. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna let that Agrax sit for a minute and kind of dry. I said that like 3 times now. But while it's drying, just so I'm not just sitting here on fucking Discord, or yeah, whatever. How about we try the Wordle for the day? For those of you on YouTube, I'm gonna put like timestamps, or story markers or whatever they're called. So you can just skip to more painting. Alright, let me switch to this. Okay, we're gonna play the Wordle. Can't remember the word that I used to always use. I'm just gonna go with gamer. Actually, no. For thematic reasons, I'm gonna say trees. Bro. That was bad. Alright. So, we know there's an S. Let's go with... P-L-A-S... Place? I don't fucking know. Let's do, I know there's not an E, but let's do spade. That'll get us a couple more letters. Okay, so there's an A. S is not in the front. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Let's go with basil. Oh, okay. All right. We know the A and the S are in the second and third spots. And there's not a B, an I, or an L. Is this anything? Mask? No. Masky? Maybe... Can't be nasty. Damn. I feel like the Wordle's gotten harder over time. Or I'm just dumb. You always start with auger. Yeah, that's a good one. Fasug is not a word. See, I know there's not an E or an R. And I know the A goes here. So it's like, I feel like that'd be a waste of a guess. You know what I mean? Hashi? Wow. Alright, that was a waste. Faust? No, because the S has to be in the third spot. And there's no T. Chasm? Is that a word? No. Gask. Gas him. Gas him up. Wask. Yeah, don't listen to me at all. Nah. Is cask a word? Is that a thing? No. Bro, I'm feeling dumb. I'm feeling dumb as shit. Oh, chasm is how it's spelled. Oh, okay. Gotta drop for dinner. Love the stream, Ben. Can't wait for the next one. Thanks. I'm gonna post a picture to Instagram and Discord when it's done. I just want this to dry a little bit. Thanks for being here, though. I really appreciate it. Dude, I really don't know. I'm wasting a guess. Fully wasted. Didn't learn anything. Man, do I just not know this word? That happens to me a lot, where it'll be like a word that I literally just don't know. Mason. Yo! Oh, I feel so dumb. Oh, I feel so dumb. Anyway, that was fun. Okay. Back to painting. Thanks, babe. Thank you. Okay. I think it's looking pretty good.
Be right back.
Okay.
Maybe I'll make craft for you.
Okay. Well, thank you. I love you too. Bailey's going to pick up old Charlie's. Let's go. Alright. Let's see. Trying to think of what I should try to do next. So I'm definitely going to do a little bit more dry brushing of the Carrick Stone, just to bring out those highlights that I want. But I'm going to be a little more selective about where I put it, to really kind of bring out some of the shapes here. The fingers, so they really pop. Branches. I actually have no idea what this is that's playing right now. I should really check. I think it's just a general lo-fi that I've played before. Yeah, it's Chill Out Autumn. That's fine. It's not exactly Lord of the Rings, but that's fine. Moon is gorgeous tonight. Oh, I really gotta take a look. I'm really glad that I have this option of streaming my painting, because it really helps kind of motivate me to do it at all. I've been struggling a little bit with motivation to paint, but I think that just comes naturally when you paint as fast as I do. I get a little like tired of it. Not really, but tired of it's the wrong way to say it. Just like, I don't know. It doesn't help that I also printed a bunch of shit. Like, so for my birthday, I was gifted by my lovely wife and some of my friends basically an entire Rivendell army. And then a friend who is a part of the league, and just general area, likes to play the game, also gifted me, well, not really gifted, well, I would call it a gift. He gave me for free like STLs for a Rivendell proxy set. And so I kind of discovered pretty quickly, actually during the slow grow league that I was talking about earlier, that the Rivendell is a really good army. They have really good heroes, but at low point values they're kind of hard to play. They're kind of hard to be good because they have such big hard-hitting heroes. they're just like, they are a lot of points to bring to the table, so they require a lot of points. But you know, it's kind of hard to bring a lot of units when you're using a lot of points for your heroes. So there's some low cost units you can bring, low cost heroes that allow you to do other things, like bring wood elves from the Lothlorien list, and then from there you can sorry, I'm looking at the colors and deciding if I like it. Just trying to look at it in natural light. This is a really dim light though. I'm gonna use my phone light, because my phone light's not as bright. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna use this Gorther Brown again. Just as, like, touch up's the wrong word, but like maybe toning down just a little bit some of these spots. Bring it back down into like the woodland realm instead of being in the snow realm. I already have a winter int, and I don't really need another one. That's working. That's getting what I want it to be. That's nice. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is working out lovely, actually. I'm actually really liking this. Because the Karak stone kind of acts as a little bit of a lighter base, and it's picking up more of the Gorther Brown than it was before. That's creating a pretty multi-toned tree. Yeah! Okay. I'm really starting to feel it. Hold on. Let me let you guys see the phone light. Wow, this is a really jank setup. I feel bad for anyone trying to watch this for actual instruction on how to paint Treebeard. This is not the place. Alright. So, now we're gonna go in and do the like leaves and the moss. Alright, so the moss is kind of on his like feet down here. And I don't know, there's like a little bit of moss in his beard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like the moss going in there. And then the leaves, I'm going to use a brighter color. So they'll pop more. But I think that this kind of, this Death World Forest is really going to be good for moss. I think it's going to look really nice. Kind of be like a dark, really earthy green. I don't need that much on my brush. some good coverage on the moss. Get in the nooks and crannies where it is. Some mushrooms down here too that we'll have to remember to get. A little bit of crevices. Yeah, this is also bringing some nice color to Treebeard. It's not just like a flat tree. We're going to go over this moss with Agrax Earthshade again, kind of like we did for the bark, just to bring it down a little. But before we do that, we're probably going to give it some highlights with Strachan Green, which is actually what I use mostly for Rivendell models, for like their cloaks. Strachan Green is what was suggested by Games Workshop. When you're looking at Games Workshop models online, they have little like how it was painted sections, and Strachan Green is either on just a regular Rohan guy, or it was on Durnhelm, which is Eowyn when she's riding to Pelennor Fields with Merry. And so the model itself comes with a Merry and Eowyn model on a horse. It's very cool. It comes with both the foot models for it too. So just getting some of the moss that's in the beard here. There's not a ton, but there's a little bit in there. There's mostly like a vine running through his beard. But there's a couple little patches of moss that we want to pull out. And stay still for a very, very long time. It's also kind of like a straight up vine, like not with little leaves on it in the back. So I think I'm just gonna hit that with this color. I think that looks pretty good. I kinda like that. There was some not dry yet Agrax Earthshade back there. I think I may paint some of the lower leaves with this color as well, just to kind of get like a light gradient going. I think that would look kind of cool. So I think I'll come in here with some of these leaves with this color. I also just really like this color of green. I'll list in the description after the video is over all the paints that I used. All of them except for the stone color were Games Workshop paints. I think I've done a pretty good job of saying what the paint color is as I'm doing it though. And I went through a debrief before I even started. That's looking pretty good, right? Oh, there's more moss on the back of his leg. I didn't notice it back here. Glad I'm spinning him around so much. Oh, there's some in here. Nice. It's really starting to look good with the color being brought to the actual greenery of this tree. It's very nice. Just looking around for more moss on the legs. I don't think there's any on the arms. Could be wrong about that though. I don't see any on the arms. I don't see any on the stone. Not seeing any on his head. Okay. Wonderful. Alright. So now I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 more leaves with this color. Just to kind of make the leaves have some variance. Because these leaves, so there's like there's some that have just like a bunch on the same little stalk, and so I want the leaves to look individual, you know? I feel like it'll look better if they look like individual colors of green instead of multiple, or just the same flat kind of green on all of them. There's going to be shade on them too, but that would differentiate like number of them, not necessarily the individual leaf. And I kind of want the individual leaves to stand out. I think that would look really nice. I do have an autumn int, so I'm not going to put any autumn colored leaves on here. But I think it'd look good. I think an autumn themed Treebeard would look really cool. Because there's not a ton of leaves on him, so it kind of fit the theme anyway. But I just really like this green. I can't lie. Alright. That's enough of these. I'm going to do moot green and Elysian green. Elysian? Elysian is how I think it's actually pronounced, but you know, sometimes we just say shit. Sometimes we just be saying shit. Now this is a really bright green, right? Like that's almost neon. But after we get the shade on there, it's gonna look pretty normal, pretty fine. Also very springy kind of leaves. This is actually the color that they recommend for the leaves when you look at the Games Workshop website. It's really bright. Not bad, but really bright. I am already appreciating the difference with having a couple in this Death World green. Again, doesn't look bad, but they're pretty bright. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll get done with them and I'll put the shade on and I'll be like, maybe they should all be moot green. It's just a couple. Not me rationalizing before it's even done. there's a lot of leaves condensed like right behind his arm, which I feel is a little weird for the model. Like they could have designed it however they wanted, but they wanted it to be hard apparently. That's fine. They know that players that play Ints are already dedicated players because yeah, it takes a lot to be an Int player. I'm just so great. I'm just so cool, actually. That's exactly what it is. I'm just really cool. Yeah, I'm cool. Oh man. This is my favorite part of streaming. When I get to the point where I've been talking to myself for so long that I just start to go a little insane. I love it. I love it. He's also got a ton of leaves on his shoulders. Well, actually, just the one shoulder. The leaves are very condensed on this side of the model. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It just... something I'm noticing, especially now that I'm painting. When you're putting it together, it's like... just the monotony of gluing a lot of tiny pieces together, so you're not really paying attention to that shit. But... I'm actually going and painting the same color over and over again. It looks so good. It's coming along so well. I can't wait to see it when you have basing finished and everything. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think it's coming together really well. And I'm glad that you can see it at all. My lighting is not the best for this. I realize that. But it's where we're at. We're doing it live. Literally. Oh, that's a crevice. Why the fuck did I say that? Oh, God. Don't clip that. Damn. I get the backs of these. You would think that I'd be like, yep, painted one side of the leaf, and now I paint the other side of that leaf. But no, that's not how my brain works. Yeah, I might get the, I might be able to get the basing done tonight. My plan is to do, so the way that I do basing is I put like a layer of Mod Podge and then I sprinkle on whatever basing material I'm going to use, usually like grass. We'll see. We'll see what time Bailey gets home, because I am going to frickin' eat, bro. Yeah, I think the moss turned out really nice. I like how it looks. It's not like as poppy as the leaves. Hi, I'm Poppy. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Poppy? I say remember like she's not still putting out music. But she was weird on YouTube for a while. Now she just does like death metal, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not starting beat with Poppy. I liked her videos. I watched all of them. But I think it was inarguably odd. He's got one leaf on his, like, middle-ish finger. I think that's really funny. Weird angle alert. Oh god, how the fuck? Okay, got it. Got a little on his fingy, but that's okay. Alright, now we're gonna do the beard. I actually think I want to get a smaller brush to do the leaves and the beard because they're much smaller and on a different surface. Just get that brush clean. I am not kind to my brushes. I don't know if y'all have noticed that yet. I'm not particularly kind to my brushes. But I do what's gonna work. So, sorry, sue me. Alright, here we go. This is where I actually want to get a little more detailed with it. When I have to get really detailed like this, I put as much surface area of my hands on the model that I can. Just because I have a little bit of shaky hands. So this helps me so that even if my hands are shaking a little bit, which they are, the whole model shakes at the same rate. So it's not a problem. Are there any more leaves in his beard? I don't think so. It's just the moss and the leaves, and then the little bit of the snail, which is where we're going next. So I'm hoping that the shade really brings down this green, because it looks good. I like it. I like how the leaves pop, especially in the back, but I want them to just be a little more blended in with the model. I am gonna take this Strachan green, and I'm gonna like kind of do a little tiny dry brush on the moss, just because I think that'll give it a little more depth. I'm gonna go in with Agrax as well, but I just think having this kind of two-tone moss is gonna be nice on like the higher bits of it, just to give the moss a little more depth. I know everyone's asking for moss to have a little more depth. I hear people say that all the time. They're like, you know what, I walk in the woods, and you know what, I wish that the higher parts of moss were a lighter color than the bottom bits of moss. I hear people say that all the time. I'm going to do a couple of the leaves with Strachan green. Again, just to provide just a little bit of variance in the leaf colors. I like it. I like the Moot green. I like the moot green, okay? I just want a little bit of variance. Don't tell me I don't like moot green. Because you'd be lying to the people. To the millions that watch this video. Millions! Again, Ben, you know, you just said, why don't you paint I like to paint the undersides right after I paint the tops, but did I do that? No. God damn it, I'm out of the screen again. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best. I'm a man in STEM. Doing his best. Kind of do a couple in the beard as well. Again, just to provide some variance to it, just because, I don't know, it can look kind of stagnant. Not every leaf is the same color. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't highlight the moss in the beard. Everyone's always telling me, why is moss not highlighted in the wild? That's nice. That's nice. Excuse me, I burped. Alright. So I think it's time to do Treebeard's mushrooms while we're here. I'm gonna do these with Averland Sunset. This nice bright yellow color. Just so there's a little bit of difference between them and the you know, the greenery that's on it. We're kind of trying to give our friends some nice color. A happy little tree with some nice color to him. Oh man, imagine I broke into just Bob Ross talking the whole time. That'd be sick as fuck. I'm not that cool though. Not as cool as Bob Ross was. Rip to the goat, honestly. That's nice. That's really adding some variance to his body. I know he's got some on his head, but I think there's a few more on his legs. Yeah, there's some sneaky ones in here. None on the backs of the legs. Maybe it's just his forehead now. hit the camera with my head. Well, really my headphones. I didn't feel it at all, other than the fact that it just did. What the hell? I missed leaves. What the fuck? How, did I miss any more? What the hell? So many leaves. It's like it's a tree or something. I'm very funny. I'm very funny. Alright, let's get these leaves we missed. I don't know how we missed them. We did like all the ones that are around them. Both sides too. It's not like I just did one side and forgot the front. It's a little hidden from the back side, which is where I was mostly doing them before. Sorry I pulled it away from the camera again. I'm not a professional. Bailey's back. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. I am going to do my shades on this, and then I'm probably gonna call it. I've been going for almost 3 hours. It's about how long I thought it would take to do this, so I'm pretty much on track. Which is good. I'm feeling good about it. But yeah, let's do our Athonian camo shade on the greenery. It's going to help it have a little more definition as opposed to just being kind of just solid colors. I think I'll use this brush. Kind of a fluffy brush. Be nice and pull up a lot of the shading liquid. How does this look on the mushrooms? So I can just cut some time in half, that'd be nice. Looks pretty good on mushroom, but I'm not going to do it for all of them. It is looking good on the moss though. Looking pretty boss, actually. Can't believe I said that. So sorry. It is looking good though. Oh yeah, definitely bringing out the definition of the green. Alright, let's try to get all these leaves. Maybe we get all the undersides and then all the tops. Maybe, because I'm just holding it this way. Excuse me. Got a tickle in my throat. Probably for talking for this long. Those of you that know me in person, you'd be like, that guy likes to stream? He likes to talk for that long? What the fuck? Because, yeah, I am not a talker. I'm very quiet in person. If I ever get to a level of fame that people start meeting me or seeing me in public and caring or noticing, highly ambitious, very extremely ambitious. Probably not going to happen ever, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But don't be offended if I'm quiet, because that is just how I am naturally. Not you. Me. Fully just me. That's looking good. That's looking nice. Funky fresh. That was going to be way too much on the beard. Woof. Glad I caught that. I'm going to kind of put this green shade all over the beard. Because I started to and I like it. Gives the beard kind of a unique tone. You know, as unique as brown and green are. Use Agrax Earthshade on the mushrooms. That looks good. Now I'm going to break out the Nuln Oil, which I really am almost out of. See? I'm almost out. But I know that I'm going to use all of it, so I'm not going to bother to buy more until I'm actually fully out. I'm going to put this on the rock. Because I've done Agrax Earthshade on rocks before, and it just doesn't really come out how I want it to. It looks kind of weird. It looks kind of dingy brown. That's because Agrax Earthshade, as an Earthshade, it's kind of brown. Totally makes sense. Shouldn't even bother to try. And maybe it's useful on some projects, but for the things I've done so far, not particularly. A little much on the high surfaces. Let me pull that off. I just want the stone to have some definition. I don't necessarily want it to be super dark. It's pretty good. I'm liking that. Alright, now here's the real test. If I can paint Treebeard's eyes. I'm usually pretty against doing eyes, but he's such a big model that I think that I can do it. So he has like yellow eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Averland Sunset again, but then I'm going to try to put like a dot of black in the center of it. I'm going to use a really small brush, this detail brush. And then I'm going to get this model as close to my face as I possibly can without blurring it in my vision. pretty good. But I am gonna put like a shade over it once it dries. Whew. Yeah, Mary and Pippin are gonna wait for another stream for sure. Because I'm gonna finish up and then I'm gonna go eat. I'm just gonna pull off some of the shading on some of those leaves so it's pretty dry. I'm not really gonna be able to pull much. That's okay. They don't look bad. They're just a little contrasty for me, but it's okay. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Like I said, I will post pictures of this on my Instagram, and I'll post them in our Discord. The Discord link, at least for the next 7 days, is in the chat, or in the, not the chat, Jesus Christ, in the description. That's what the word is. Let's see, deciding what color to use, because I'm gonna kind of try to clean up the edges of the eyes and use this dryad bark, which I haven't touched in a while. Just the tiniest little bit. Clean up the edges of the eyes. Where I went just a little over. It's my biggest problem with eyes, is that I like accidentally overdo it and then they just look weird. They look like they're not eye shaped. That looks pretty damn good. Yep, I think they just need a shade once they're fully dry. Alright, well, get out of the way of the light from the room. I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Just looking at it in the light myself. He just needs like pinprick pupils and then a little bit of shading on them so that they're not so creepy and poppy. I could probably do that now. Alright, where's my... Maybe I use dryad bark instead of black. Maybe that'll make it look less stark and weird. That's also part of my problem with like doing these eyes, is that like just actually, it's a huge model, so that helps, but it's like impossible to see in here, but might be the best eyes I've ever done. Sick. Okay. Hell yeah. Well, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for chilling like a villain. I did like this stream. I did think that painting was good. I feel like a good way to kick myself back into streaming. But yeah, let me change to here. Anyway, hope you liked it. Comment if there's a model you'd like to see me paint. I know that this setup is a little jank. It's the best I can do. I'm not like super fancy. I feel like it's pretty good. But yeah, join the Discord. Come play a game with us. Come hang out. You can see what Bailey was talking about. There's a mark on my forehead from this fucking light. It's so funny. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. And I will see you guys next time. We're going to do live battle reports soon. I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know exactly when. We'll figure it out. But it's going to be great. It's going to be cool. Subscribe if you're not. And thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.